Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today it's going to be my top 10 games of 2025. If you missed the last episode of games I played in 2025 that didn't release specifically in 2025, go check that out. This one's the complete opposite. It's literally only games that came out in 2025. I'm going to give you my top 10, talk about why I chose it, and then I'm going to give you some honorable mentions. And just so you guys know, this is specifically my personal list. This is due to a couple of factors of games that I actually played. So of course I didn't get to play everything. I'm not made out of money. And of course the games that I played enough of that I felt like I could talk about it. But let me know your guys' list down below. I would love to see it. 2025 was an amazing year for gaming. Before we hit up the top 10, let's talk about my top 15. So 15 through 11. Quick honorable mention. We're not going to talk about them a lot, but here we go. Number 15 just off the list is going to be Monster Train 2. Love the first one. The second one just came out. Really great roguelike. I just didn't play enough of it this year, but I'm sure it would have been top 10 if I actually got to play more. Number 14. It's going to be Blueprints. This game was sick. This is an amazing puzzle game slash roguelike. Looks like a board game sometimes. It had a lot of fun stuff going around it. A lot of people played it. It was a really good time, but I don't know, just didn't hit top 10 because there's just so many other games. Here's number 13 for my honorable mentions. This is Octopath Traveler 0. This one was a late 2025 release. It was looking and shaping up to be in my top 10, but the more I played it, the more I'm like, it's such a slog, but it's still good enough to be in my honorable mentions. Number 12 for honorable mentions. This is 2X KO. Technically, it releases, on consoles very early 2026. However, it did release on PC in 2025. Just like with Street Fighter 6, where I'm just really trying to get into a lot of fighting games. This was one of them. League of Legends. I'm okay with the franchise, whatever. But the fighting game was pretty good. Had a lot of really great, awesome tag moments, and it's solid. Hopefully, it grows to be a good game. Here we are, number 11, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, this might be surprising. This is an amazing game. This is going to be the game of the year for a lot of people, but I thought it was just really decent. The platforming was fun, the overall charm of the game was good, but I don't know, just got kind of boring fast, but that's just me. Now moving over to the top 10 of the list. Now you guys remember, it's just my own list. Let's go and talk about it. Number 10, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The first game was an amazing medieval action RPG with a lot of good simulation type of thing, like things like survival, eating, realistic sort of injuries and whatnot, and a really overall good story. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out on a year where so many other games came out. This really should have been even higher on my list, but I ended up playing this a little bit less because there's just so many games on the list. But it really deserves a spot on here. It's amazing. If you guys love the first one and you played it, this one is just that plus a lot more. Lots of more quality of life stuff. Not as many bugs as the first one. So I loved it a lot. And there was a recent DLC that I might go check out. It's a good game, man. Really go check out Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Number 9, it's going to be Megabonk. This game, oh my god, it took the freaking streaming world by storm. This is another survivals game, and anytime I would watch a stream where someone played it, you would always just see the comment, is this just Vampire Survivors but 3D? And to that I have to say yes, it pretty much is. It has a little bit of differences. Obviously it has the top down, instead of the top down, it's the sort of over the shoulder aspect. You have verticality this time, but basically it's pretty much what I would want Vampire Survivors to be these days. It's just a small evolution with more gameplay aspects, more quality of life. I tried going back to Vampire Survivors the other day. It just didn't cut it, man. The overall sandbox of Vampire Survivors versus Megabonk, it's just different. There's more things you can do with this game. The challenges are really fun, and it's just more more variables, whereas Vampire Survivors, it's just one plane you're walking around, and you're not really doing much. Here you're running things, you're picking things up, you're choosing builds a lot better, you're dodging things, you have a much better objective, I would think, and they're adding new maps and stuff like that. So this is a great game. If you haven't seen it, very addicting, so watch out if you are addicted to these sort of games. But Megabonk, great game for the list. All right, here we go. Number 8, Hollow Knight Silksong. I know, blasphemy. This should be number 1. Once again, 2025 was an insane year for games. I liked the first one enough. I ended up playing it on stream for the first time, maybe, I want to say 5 or so years ago, when we beat it. We completed it. It was great. And this one came out, it was good. You know, I think a lot of people liked it. There were some weird complaints like, oh, it's too hard, blah, blah, blah. No, it's completely fine. It's a really good game in general. We got really far, didn't end up beating it, but you know, I played enough to be like, yeah, this is definitely should be on the top 10 for sure. I don't know, does this count as an indie game for a lot of the Game of Year awards or whatever? Anyway, I like the character. It's just it's so much more versatile with the builds you can do and the versatility of your movement. It's really good. So I would highly recommend this game. If you love the first one, you can't go wrong with this one. I don't know what they're gonna do with the game next. Is it gonna be a good DLC? Maybe they're gonna have some teases for an upcoming game. Maybe they're gonna come out with 10 more years before another game comes out. Who knows? All right, here for number 7 of the games of 2025. This is 2 Point Museum. This one kind of surprised me when it first came out. First of all, I wasn't really planning on playing it myself. However, you know, sometimes we do get keys from developers and publishers, and I'm like, okay, I'll try this one out. Man, I loved it, dude. This is a sort of simulator game. It has a little bit of Sims in it, you know, the regular game. But basically, this is another game in a franchise where you just, you know, there's 2 Point Hospital, 2 Point, was it school or university? And then this one's 2 Point Museum. There's a sandbox mode and then a story mode. The goal is to build either from scratch or from from some nice little thing that's already there. You build a museum. There's lots of unique and challenges here going on, lots of variables in terms of your workers. What do they like? What do they dislike? What do the people who are coming into the museum want to see? How do the decorations and the projects themselves, the statues here, and you know, all of the cool exhibits, how do they work together? It really lets you be very creative with how you want to put decorations, because they actually do work and buff up your thing. But it's not just that. You also have lots of logistics here. So you have to figure out, you know, traffic, doors, where do you want people to go to? How many benches do you have? Do they have enough things to eat? How do you get new exhibits? You have to send your people on different sorts of caves and things, and you have to worry about, oh, are they going to get hurt? Are they going to get lost forever? So this game is super addicting. They just came out with another DLC, which I bought, and I haven't played it yet, but I plan to, but probably won't be making content out of that. But this is one of those games where I'm completely fine also playing on my Steam Deck. This is a really fun game. All right, here we go. Number 6, The Bazaar. Now, this was an extremely weird game. Technically, it did release in early 2025, and I played hundreds of hours in 2024. But basically, this is another auto battler game, and the reason why it's not higher on the list, it's because it's also a contender for the most disappointing games of the list of 2025, though I probably won't make a 2025 most disappointing video because there isn't that many. But if I were to make one, this would be on the list. It's a good game overall, but the way that they handled the game, it was really, really bad. So it's on the list because, man, I gotta give it props for how much time I spent on it. But at the same time, I had to drop it 100%. I uninstalled it everywhere, and I don't support it anymore, and I don't recommend it anymore, just because of the practices. First of all, it was its own initial launcher, which was fine. The way that you would, you pay to get in, it's fine, but now it's free to play. It was free to play, now it's pay to win. And you also pay to get in, but also one thing is you can't grind out characters anymore. You always 100% always have to pay. So literally it is going to be pay to win, etc. So man, this could have been amazing. It could have been fun. But now throughout the last couple of months since it's been out on Steam, it's been teetering around 2,000 to 4,000 concurrent players, which is a good thing, but it could have been like way more. I think if they did it right and released it and didn't mess with the monetization because they got greedy, Raynan, it could have been teetering around 10 to 30,000. I think it could have been that for a very long time, but who knows? I don't know anyone talking about the game anymore. The only streamer I know who plays this is now Criparian, but no one talks about it anymore. And I think, unfortunately they shot themselves in the foot. It's on the list because I played it a lot. I love it a lot. It's just unfortunate Can't play it anymore. I'm not going to play it anymore. Number 5 is going to be Hades 2. Hades 1 was my game of the year when it released. I played it a lot when it released in version 1.0. I know it was an early access for a while. I'm talking about Hades 1. It was an early access for a while, but then, you know, just like with this game, I waited till it fully released, and I'm glad I did, you know, because this is one of those games where you're going to be, it's a roguelike action, top down, you know, you're going to be playing over and over and over again, minor tweaks to the weapons, to the progression, the meta, the story's not finished. I know a lot of people who play the game when it first came out in early access, Hades 2, and, you know, they burnt themselves out. So when Hades 2 finally released, they didn't play it because they were burnt out, and maybe there just wasn't enough content for them to justify spending all those dozens of hours in, which is, you know, an unfortunate side of early access, but it's also important for, you know, the developers to catch those bugs early, have the you know, have the criticism and feedback of tons and tons of people that they, you know, that they pay to go play and QA for them. But basically, that's early access in a nutshell. This game is sick, good graphics, a good story. It's just like the first one. Obviously, you're playing as a new character, the sister. Totally crazy play styles, and it's good, man. If the first one was my game of the year, this one definitely has to top my list here at least a number 5. We are at number 4, and it's going to be Arc Raiders. Now, it's specifically gonna say this is my single player sort of experience. I haven't played duo and I haven't played trio yet. I heard that it gets a lot more crazy, especially watching streams. People go nuts, lots of fighting, but the single player one is very chill. And basically, I've played maybe, I don't even know, 8 hours so far, but basically I have had nobody backstab me. Everyone's so nice. But basically, this is an extraction PvP PvE shooter, and it's just good, and it's insanely good. I mean, the quality is there. They have really good updates, nice events. There's lots of things to do. I did see some people complain like, oh, I finished all the quests and now there's nothing left to do. Man, you guys spent hundreds of hours, like 100 hours plus to get all that stuff done. But if you play it at a nice steady pace, it's going to be fine. You're going to be able to, you know, do your own progression, you know, different maps. You just jump in, etc. at your own pace, upgrading your chicken, upgrading your workshops, collecting new blueprints. It's a good gameplay loop. And even though I said we haven't had a lot of PvP going on in my single player games, it doesn't mean that there's no there's no stress or, you know, drama going on. Lots of stuff going on. You know, you talk to somebody, don't shoot. You look around, they have their gun out. You have to hide behind something. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just looking at my mini map. You know, oh, you gotta loot that body. I've had so many situations where I find someone's dead body on the ground, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I loot it. Someone walks by and they go, hey, what's up? And I go, oh god, oh, I didn't shoot this guy. You know, etc. Stuff like that. So it gets a little rough. And, you know, I really like helping people out in the game when they're in the fighting arcs. You know, I like to, you know, help them out, shoot them out, and then sometimes we extract together. It's a good game. It's a fun experiment. And as of recording, there's like hundreds and thousands of people already consistently playing, even a month or two after its release. So that bodes really well that, you know, they're going to get a lot of support, hopefully, throughout the years. And this is going to be just a classic game where a lot of people are going to try copying it even further. Escape from Tarkov just didn't do it for me. So I'm glad to be playing this one. I really hope they add a lot more stuff to this game because I want to just play it a lot more. It's good. So Arc Raiders, number 4. All right, number 3. It's going to be Story of Seasons, The Grand Bazaar. Now, getting this out of the way, this is pretty much a remake of the game. The first one was, I think, I was on the DS. But basically, this is another one of those games where I didn't think that I was going to like it. And I didn't know I was going to play it as much as I did. I have a huge, long Let's Play of this on the MABI'S Games 2 channel if you want to check it out. But this is pretty much Harvest Moon. Now, if you guys don't know the story, unfortunately, the people who made Harvest Moon lost sort of the license. So then they ended up making up a new sort of franchise called The Grand Bazaar, Story of Seasons, just Story of Seasons. Grand Bazaar is one of those games that came out a while ago, but now it came out here. It's basically Stardew Valley, if you guys don't know anything about Harvest Moon and stuff like that, where, yeah, it's a nice fantasy world. There's no danger, not much anyway. You are building up a farm, and in this specific game, every single week there's going to be a grand bazaar where you take your goods, you take you things you made, things you found, forage, and you go and sell things. And the whole goal is to sell enough so the city continues to grow and grow and grow. So every day it's doing lots of things with a timer. You know, you wake up hopefully as early as you can, you do your crops, you water them, you feed your pets, you pet them, you ride your horse, you train your horse, you go talk to your waifu, give them gifts, you go out and harvest things, you go out and purchase things, you go out and do lots of processing and trading, and then building up towards your grand bazaar, cooking, and your skills, and you buy things. It's extremely addicting. Every single day you really want to plan out everything that you got. The only complaint that I have about this game is just the time is so fast, you can barely get anything done. So much that I heard people on Steam actually add mods to slow things down by 75 times 75 or times 50%. It's very, very, very freaking fast, and you can barely get anything done. And the fishing, garbage. I think wastes so much time in the game. But anyways, this game is so addicting. I loved it a lot. So I can't wait for the next one. However, remember, this one was a remake of the other one, so who knows how the newer ones are going to be doing. But anyway, a good contrast to the Rune Factory games, which should have made my list. The new one came out this year, Rune Factory of Aztera or whatever, but I didn't play enough of it to really warrant if it's going to be on the list or not. So I think in 2026, I'm going to go back and play Rune Factory, the newest one, and the Fantasy Life I, Girl Who Steals Time. I want to go back and play that as well, which all have the same sort of, you know, chillaxing theme of these sort of games. So I want to play those. But this one, I ended up playing a ton. Good game, man. So if you guys like Rune Factory, Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, this one's good. It's really, really good. So that's my number 3. All right, we're down to the top 2. Number 2, Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, it's weird, but just like with my number 6, The Bazaar, my number 2 would also be a contender for the games of the most disappointing of 2025, but it's still on my top 2 for a lot of mixed reasons. When I put out my review for the game, so many people hated my take, but it's the truth, man. The game is good, the bones are there, but with this one, they just went to a stupid, weird direction where it's just unoptimized first and foremost because of the engine. It's just not great for PC. It ran really well on console, so much so that they are, you know, about a year later, they are trying to put out some PC patches in different waves because they know it's bad. That's a big reason why I'm not playing the game anymore, because I'm waiting for the DLC to come out, which unlocks master rank and G rank, whatever, and also for the PC upgrades. But a lot of other things. Quality of life is a good thing, but they really made it so much that it took away a lot of the sort of difficulty of the game. Like, I don't know, they just did it wrong. It's always like so much walking chats here. No one cares about the story. We want to kill monsters. We want to explore. And one thing, I know this one's super personal on me, but I really don't like how it auto moves you when you're on your damn chicken. It auto moves you on the map. You know, if you don't have the monster track, it just goes over there. It takes away from what a lot of the old Monster Hunter's charm is, where you would explore the map. You are a hunter, you're learning the map, you're going there and doing the thing you need. If you have a way of tracking the monster, then okay, go ahead. Maybe you paintball them and they ran away. Get on your chicken and follow it. But it really took away a lot of the charm and the exploration. So that's just me. A lot of other things, but either way, it's number 2. I'm complaining about it a lot, but it's there because Monster Hunter is so sick, right? The gameplay is still amazing. It's just a lot of the small changes here or there. It adds up to, you know, like if the quality of life keeps going up, some of the stuff that peers off of the quality of life just isn't up to my standards, and it's just not good. But, you know, I'm going to play it again once the patches for all the PC stuff comes out, which is going to be early 2026, so we can see how well that they optimized it. Hopefully it's good. And of course, we're going to be jumping back into full force when the new DLC comes out. That's going to just add in some new crazy stuff. So I can't wait for that. It's just, you know, Monster Hunter. What can I say? It's just good. All right, time for the number 1 game of 2025. This one's going to be Clair Obscur Expedition 33. No surprise there. It's going to be on a lot of people's lists, and no, it's not overrated. Yes, it deserves it, and there's a good reason why. I think I can sum it up in one sentence. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 should, you know, is what the modern Final Fantasy should be. Yes, Final Fantasy 16, when it came out that year, no. It literally should have been the sort of progression, the gameplay, the amazing story that, Expedition had. So, that's my nutshell of why. But basically, this is just a strong first outing for the company. Even though it won a lot of awards this year, and people are wondering if this is even if this can even be considered as an indie game for winning indie game of the year. Besides that, it's just a good game. You have good story, you have a good original setting, a good cast, great mocap, amazing voice actors, good drama, you got danger, you got good gameplay, you have even though this is a turn-based game, you have a good setup to how you can go ahead and customize your characters. You have the parry system, the dodge thing, you have the shooting during the thingy, you have the good exploration, and the music is top tier, and the graphics, it's good, man. The more you play the game, the more things you unlock, the more mysteries you end up solving, and things keep compounding into more. I want to see what's going to happen here. How strong can I get this character? Am I always just going to be hitting 9,099, 999? A lot of people do say that towards the late game, obviously you break the limit of 9,000, but they say that it just becomes really moot of like damage, where everyone does 1,000,000 damage a hit no matter what, and then you just try to dodge and parry and not die. Lune feet, bikini, let's go. But anyway, Clair, Obscur, Expedition 3, it deserves it. Really good. They came out with a sort of celebration update recently, and I'm interested in seeing what the heck that added, so I might, pick up the game again and go from there, but it's good. Trust me, guys, it's a good game. It's a good game. So that's going to be it for the top 10 list of 2025, plus the 5 memorable or honorable mentions. So let me know down in the comments what your guys's are, and then we'll go from there. 2025 was a crazy year for games. 2026, who knows? GTA 6 is going to come out, but how many other games will be making the top 10 that I have? Because I know GTA 6 is going to make the list for sure. So yeah, I'm going to try my hardest to play even more games this year. I'm going to try to track them a little bit better. If you guys are interested, there's a link down below to the spreadsheet of every single year of games that I've played, every single game I have played in alphabetical order, links to the Let's Plays of them, links to the reviews, links to the dates that I've played them, and also a quick notes on there. So I do try to give you guys, a list of what I've played, what I'm playing, and upcoming games. So this year, I'm also going to be taking a lot of suggestions from chat and comments of upcoming games. I'm going to be writing them all down for you guys to see, and I'm going to try to do a daily stream. I'll try as much as possible. So come on by. It's going to be a good 2026, 2025. Bye. Thanks for guys watch. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.